I just finished up my first trip to Europe with the Osmo Pocket 3. Got some incredible footage that just would not have been possible with any other camera, from the streets of Florence and Rome to the Colosseum to most notably inside the Vatican. You know, these gimbal movements inside such a small package with log capabilities have always required a gimbal and a DSLR setup. And sure, there's been a few Osmo Pocket cameras before, but the quality has just never stacked up like this. So let's talk about a few of the most asked questions when it comes to traveling with the Osmo Pocket 3. Number one is portability. Is this thing portable and discreet enough for those crowded city streets where you kind of have to worry about your surroundings? And the answer is absolutely. You know, it's a good amount larger than the Pocket 1, but stripped down with the regular battery, this still fits inside all your pockets, and that gives you, number one, easy access whenever you see a shot that you want. But number two, it gives you the convenience and also attracts minimal attention, especially if you're vlogging. So if you're one of those people who doesn't really want other people to know that you're recording yourself talking, this is absolutely perfect. Does it enhance or distract from the vacation experience? And I think this is a big one. Sometimes, especially if you get paid to shoot video for a living, you know, when you go on vacation, the absolute last thing you want to do is carry around a camera or a setup, anything that feels like work. You know, I've done this a few times in Hawaii. I ran around every island with a heavy DSLR and gimbal setup, hiking through the woods, in the rain, even for sunrise hikes, you name it. I had my full setup, and it was a ton of work. So by the end, my body felt awful, and it became the entire experience of the trip. And realistically, that's fun sometimes, but you're not always going to want that. Sometimes you're just going to want to enjoy the vacation that you're on. So this camera, it lets you enjoy your trip, detach, if you will, from content creation and get shots that are probably 70% as good as a full camera setup, but you're much more willing to kind of bring it along with you everywhere and actually get more shots because of that. Is it weather sealed? It's not. So this camera is not weather sealed by any means. So if you're going to be out on a trail somewhere, make sure you have some weatherproof covers for your bags. And the gimbal's also pretty fragile, so just use some caution and use any protective case that you got for transporting. It comes with one, and it's okay, but something that's a little bit more padded is definitely going to help you out. And like I said, if you're going to be near any water, anything like that, my buddy Chris Luck Photography just said that he lost his on the river the other day. That would have probably been a better situation for an action camera, like an Insta360, a GoPro, an Osmo Action 5, something like that. If you're going to be in water, definitely bring an action camera and leave the Osmo Pocket at home. Is the battery life good enough for a full day? And I think even if you've got the smaller battery on, you're probably going to be all set. But if you want to bring just one battery, bring the larger one, and you're absolutely going to be set for the day. And the thing is, this supports fast charging, so you can get it to 80% within 16 minutes if you have the 65-watt charger. So if you're really going to be on the go, the fast charging makes a difference, and you're going to be good to go with one battery for an entire day of shooting. Through my 10 days in Europe, I never had a time where I felt like, oh man, I wish I had more batteries with me. Like, it's getting too low, and I don't want to take it out because I don't want it to die right now. So you've definitely got some options there. And then you've also got the wide angle lens, which helps you be able to get multiple different shots and give you some variety and allows you, maybe you're too close to something and you want to get a little bit wider angle. Just being able to clip that on within like half a second, it's super nice to have, and it gives you that little bit of extra flexibility, where this is probably like a 24 millimeter lens, and this just brings it, I think it's a 15 millimeter, and you can really see how much of a difference that actually makes. When it comes to low light, it has the low light mode built right in, which lets you get some incredible shots, even in super dark conditions that your cell phone just can't handle. And I think it's super nice to have. There was some times where I grabbed some really, really dark shots that actually turned out to be pretty cool. So that's also a super nice feature to have. And the best part is, in my opinion, is just how discreet it is. you're on crowded city streets. You don't want to look like you have this big expensive setup, and someone sees this and it fits right in the palm of your hand. And most people have no idea what it is. And that allows you to keep from attracting attention to not only yourself, but the gear. And I think that's realistically, that's something we all want, especially when you take into account the clip-on DJI Mic 2. It connects wirelessly each time you turn it on. No big and bulky microphone, no extra wires, just this little clip. And it's probably a little larger than an SD card. And it gives you 32-bit float, so super crispy audio. And then you bring in extra features like time lapses, the ability to connect to your phone and capture shots of you and your family with the tripod legs, and also the tracking that we've talked about before. You've got plenty of options all in a super compact package. So when you take all that into account, this might be the best travel camera out there. I would absolutely recommend it. Enjoy the next 2 minutes from Italy. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I hope you guys learned something. My name's Devin, and I'll see you in the next one.
Gracias.